Good day for a dump. Yeah, perhaps. Lake Marines, what's good? Dale, what's good, my guy? Just got back from Florida. Literally late last night. And we're here. Didn't really miss much, although the initial target 27.2 got smashed on the sell from 31. And yeah, I got some updates. I got some thoughts. Kajeka was good. How you feeling? How you living? You know, it was a pretty easily scripted drop here. And we're like so close to this area. It's gonna be really interesting to watch. I don't really see a way that that we don't fill it, but you know, what do I know? Golf league today. That's what I'm talking about, dude. My league is just starting. In fact, I have to get a match in the next 2 weeks. I also finally got my trophy for winning the match play last year. Dude, I shit you not. It is 2 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and it has like, it's a wood, and they etched the whole they etched the whole bracket into into the like wood plaque, so like everybody's name. It's pretty sweet. I'm good, man. Just checking coin get her every day, make sure I'm still poor. Log in. Yep, still poor. Dale, thanks for the sub, brother. 13 months. 13 months. Hard to believe. I've been doing this that long. I mean, I've been doing it twice as long as that. But you'd sub for 13 months. My guy, I appreciate it. But yeah, the plaque's pretty lit. I'll send it to you. There's like so many things that I'm watching right now. Let's try to do this in an orderly fashion for those who show up late. So we'll start with Bitcoin. Then we'll go to Ethereum. I'm just opening new tabs, so I just work through this sequentially. Then we'll go to ETH BTC. This is Bitcoin over SPX. So I will put that after Bitcoin. And then we can do ETH over SPX, which is interesting. And actually, you know what I'm going to do for the first time that I haven't done in a while is ETH versus, Bitcoin versus the NASDAQ, because the NASDAQ is on crack. Have you guys been watching this? The NASDAQ's just doing its own thing. It's like back when crypto was fun. It's been crazy. But we'll do a little ETH check-in over SPX, see what that's looking like. ETH BTC. And maybe we start off here because it's very quick. Let's talk about the S&P itself and the NQ, NASDAQ. So we'll go S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, Bitcoin over SPX, Bitcoin over QQQ, Ethereum over SPX, ETH BTC, and then if we have time left, we'll look at some alts. A pretty healthy view of everything right now. As with everything, we start on the highest time frame. I'll get off, delete, sell and may go away. Still like that level. That doesn't need to be there. Equal high. We got some wicks. Yeah, this will be good. So anytime you see the MACD on a weekly just like chilling around the zero line, nothing's decided. It's essentially telling you you're in a range. What was interesting is that we actually flipped and held at zero. So there was strength that came in right here to try to hold this up, try to prop this up. They have not been able to make a new high. We got equal highs. And even if you look at my alpha chart that I share with you guys sometimes, see if I can find another one that I can open it up. 1 second. Look where this thing is. It just looks like everyone's asleep. It looks like everyone's asleep. I mean, this is... Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Essentially like 8 inside days almost, where it's just like been just pressing together, which doesn't happen very often, folks. So you can see quite a bit of indecision in the market. And the reason why that would happen is because NQ's been going ham and ES has been chilling. So the only thing that's been moving is tech and risk, but everything else has been just holding firm. And so that's where we get this bullshit right here. I don't see anything that suggests like we got to ride out. And I mean, this, again, I cannot stress this enough. When the MACD just sort of falls and dies down to like where we are now, essentially near zero, there are no guarantees. You can't look at this and be like, oh, we're in the midst of a trend. You can't look at this and say, oh, we're about to go higher. You can't look at this and say the top's in or the bottom's in. You don't fucking know. You get no indication from a momentum perspective. I feel like this is worth talking about for a moment. Momentum is like the strength and continuation of a move, right? Momentum is the strength and continuation of a move. So if there's just nothing happening and it just like, you dude, see how many times this has jumped back and forth? Remember, if you use my indicator, this is my custom indicator. This one's the new one that I updated. Every time you see one of these white balls or red balls, it's a shift from decreasing to increasing momentum. Usually they don't happen. Like they look like this, where you get a change here and you get like a couple weeks and then you get a change and whatever, and then it starts falling. Look at this. In the last several days, I won't count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of the last 8 trading days on the ES, momentum has closed in a shifting direction 6 of those 8 days. I mean, people are just hanging out. You get nothing right now. You get nothing from the S&P to suggest we're moving one way or the other. And as we just sort of like, it's like, think of it like when you drop a basketball and it just kind of hits and bounces and then bounces and bounces and bounces and eventually just falls. Like that's what's happening right now. It's just kind of moving sideways. Fine. The only reason I bring this up is that you can't infer anything from it. You look at this, a bunch of inside days. It looks like nobody's fucking trading. I'll actually do something that I never do. Turn on volume. Yeah, just kind of got declining volume. It's so boring. It's just, whoo. That's why Dale said it was golf league time, man. Because it's golf league, it's Hamptons league time. It's sailing for the Richie Riches. Not people like me. I don't have sailing money. I just have golf money. And so, yeah, we just sit here doing nothing. So, like, I'm going to click out of, no, I'm not. I'll just move past it. But, like, look where we are sitting on the 20-day of the SPX. Sitting on the 20-day of the SPX. Equal heights to the Bollinger Bands. Same thing with the VIX. It's hilarious. It's literally, it's the definition of fucking chop. Now, we go to the NQ. This is kind of funny. We just, like, there's just a slow drift up in the NASDAQ, which makes no sense at all. A slow drift up in risk assets. So can someone explain that shit to me? It's like they want to get to this height or that height just so it has like a more logical rejection point. All right. It's not like there's anything tremendous that's happening. It's just that the S&P has tried to put in a higher high on the weekly and has failed. And the NQ on the weekly is, I guess, doing it. I mean, if you count, what was the high there? 150-point move on a 5-digit object, a higher high. 5-digit instrument, a higher high, then I guess you could say that. And you just are seeing the same little drift here. We're just kind of drifting higher. So I would expect to see that have some sort of reaction soon, but not anything we can infer. So there's your general market update. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Bitcoin. If you remember, as I do, on the 14th of April, I tweeted and pinned in the Telegram. Go join the Telegram right now. Look through the previous pins because I fucking pinned it. If we don't get moving, we're going to have a top that's about to be put in. I'm moving to cash. And I did. And then we came down, came back up, and I was like, yeah, you got it. This red X is going to be the spot where we're going to see a reaction, and then we're going to have to decide. And so that's what the title of the stream is today. The title of the stream is Decision Time is Soon. And this wick is going to get filled. I have no doubt about that. And if we're going there, we're going to go there. I'm almost 100% certain you'll see that happen. Now, because I went to the 100%, I'm sure I'll get called out and it won't be right. But like, there is nothing to suggest that strength exists for us to hold up here. And pretty rarely are wicks not filled like this, because it means like somebody sent it down lower and nobody was there and they're like, oh shit, let's buy this shit back up. It's not there. So if the strength wasn't there to hold it up, they're going to punch it again. Doesn't mean they hold it forever. I don't know. But as we talked about in my last stream last week, whenever you see this level of inefficiency on a VPVR, the market doesn't like that, okay? The chart doesn't like that. Look at this. You have big peaks and mounds in these areas, and right here, there's just fucking nothing, guys. There's nothing sitting here. There's nothing stopping this. The reason why that wick was so easily able to happen is because there's no one that's sitting there defending that position. You either have people that bought above the level and didn't have stops, or you have people that shorted and are waiting to hit target, but like there's no one in this position who's like, yeah, let me build this shit right now. They're not. So you have quite a fucking boring and lazy situation right now, right? Like there's no one here. There's no one home. There's no one home defending this level. Fine. No one home defending this level. 25.2, almost assured. Almost assured. And in reality, it could be lower. But let's look. Where's the fucking 200? Yeah. So maybe the 200 gets to that area by the time that happens, and you get like people who are excited because the 200-day steps in and holds a fucking fall off. But this is not one of those times, barring some news that we don't know about, that you're like, oh yeah, dude, I fucking love this shit. Like this is the time to get long. There's no reason to get long here. There just isn't. Because there's this inefficiency right below you. And so like we talk a lot about plus expected value and what that really means. And it's putting your back against a wall to be able to limit downside risk and then, maximize the likelihood of whatever position you're taking being right. Okay. So you have to be able to define your risk, be able to risk against it adequately, right? That's pretty logical. So you could theoretically go in here and look at a 4-hour chart and say, yeah, this looks like, maybe we'll see a jump, but like, actually, I'm looking at this right now. I can fucking guarantee you this shit's going lower. I can guarantee you this shit's going lower. This right here with the MACD being unable to retake positive is just like, it's a trend down confirmation. All right. So there you go. You saw no strength. You saw no ability to pop that shit up higher. It's going to go lower. It doesn't mean that like I'm down on the move, but what I would want to see on a lower time frame is the only way that you take a long right here is like this. Fuck you. You get a reversal of this area and you set your stops at whatever local low puts in. Okay. That's the only way you would do it. And I don't love the top side there anyway. I don't. So that's the only way you can justify a long here, and I don't think it's worth it. Zed, what's up? Just talking through why we're going to 25.2. I'll clone this motherfucker because this is accurate. That is right. That's pretty funny, first off. Yeah, that actually makes me more bearish. You're welcome, Margio. Good to have you back. So this makes me more bearish, and I'm gonna give you like what I hope happens and what I think will happen. Like what I would hope and love to have happen is for us to hold this area. Is for us to hold this inefficiency and not fill it in. Okay, I would love for that to happen. Even though I just spent 5 minutes talking about why I think it will go lower, I would love for it not to go lower, because this would give you several touches to the top side, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, touch to the top side, and you would see the bottom side of the channel would be respected. If that were the case, then you could call this like a bit of a flag, I suppose, and any breakout would take you to the high side, probably that 35, 36 area, which would be great, okay? It would be wonderful if that fucking happens. Let me tell you why that sucks if it doesn't happen. Because this sort of channel break like this will be remembered, okay? So it'll be one of those things where if you get this break, I'm going to delete my X. I left it up there for cloud, but now it's just bothering me. If you get this break right here of this area, then there's going to be a history of that. So now you have like a channel break area, and this is going to become resistance the next time it comes up, like pretty serious resistance. I've talked about it before. I'm not going to talk about it now. I give away too much free shit. But there's a reason. Whenever you see a channel break, that area has history. I won't explain why. But so if you see this breakdown, even the pop back up is going to be met with resistance there, and more than likely going to lead to trend continuation downward. More than likely going to lead to trend continuation downward. I hope I'm wrong. But it would just take something. It would take something of note to happen. Of note, like something. I don't know. Like, what's a positive catalyst for Bitcoin right now? What's a positive catalyst for crypto right now? I don't even know what the fuck it would be. Does it exist? Is there something that could happen right now where we'd all be like, "Oh shit"? I don't think so. I really don't. So since I don't see any like positive catalysts, I got to. Yeah, the halvening, right? Yes, dude. Yeah, 11 months from now, it'll be amazing. Another bank. Yeah, okay. So Link, that's a fair point. Okay, Link answered it. Link's actually right. Another bank failing, another regional bank failing, or a series of additional regional banks failing would actually be maybe it's. I'm not sure it's a bull catalyst, but it's certainly not. It doesn't hurt us, right? Like we got a nice little pump off that before, so maybe that's it. So. Let's hope we get some regional bank failures. No, it's not good. At least not for us Americans. It's not. I know most of you aren't American, but you know. So when you see this channel break, then I would expect to see 25.2 to 24.3, and then that really becomes like the fuck, man. We better hold this thing, or it's going to be bad for a hot minute. By the way, YouTube's working again. See, look, I can type just for YouTube. Hello, YouTubers. Look at that. Only came up on there, not in the chat log. Pretty sweet, huh? Now I'm back on both. But this is all to say that the thing that we've been waiting on, the plus expected value move, if this channel breaks, is to long somewhere above 24.3. And this could not be a more clear area. Could not be a more clear area. This area right here, 24.3, is probably, if there's any reaction there at all, if people step in to defend that at all, it will be the best buying opportunity for Bitcoin you're likely to get. Maybe even before the halvening. Okay? Like the best buying opportunity you're likely to get, if we can hold it, before the halvening. And I feel comfortable saying that because you don't see levels that are this clean like that and a breakout this strong. Like, if it's not here, guys, it's here. It's 17. And, like, that shit sucks. That sucks. We do not want that. So we really, if this channel fails and we come down here and test that 25.2 to 24.3 area, you know, start telling your friends about what a great opportunity is for Bitcoin to buy, because if we don't fucking hold that area, it's going to be a long, cold winter. Or it's going to be a long December, and there's reasons to believe. It's probably too old for fucking most of you people. The other thing that would coincide with that, I was counting crows. The other thing that would coincide with that would be this area. So you would assume if we actually got down to the area I was just talking about, 24.3, then we'd be in like the cookie zone for the Bitcoin over SPX ratio, which, by the way, guys, like, I don't fucking, I tell you all the time, this is the greatest gift I've ever fucking given you. I've told you about it for weeks, months, maybe even a year at this point. And when everybody was happy as shit, when we came off the bottom and got to here, I was saying this 7.26 level is going to be fucking huge. It's going to be absolutely fucking huge. It's not something you blow past. It's not something you just like are like, oh yeah, we'll just quickly run past this area. No. We said it was going to be a fucking problem. We said it was going to be a problem months ago. And hey, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks straight. We've been battling this level. 10 weeks straight. Do you believe me yet that this is a big area? That this matters? It's a big fucking area. It's a huge area. There's no bigger area in Bitcoin right now. I don't give a shit what anyone says. This is the 2017 high, the 2021 lows. It's the same level. You don't think that matters? This is how we call the top. When we made a lower high against the S&P, but a higher high against the USD, that was the tip. The tip is we don't have the level. We're out. Okay? This area matters tremendously. And so I didn't expect us to just blow right through it. And sure enough, we spent 2.5 months just screwing around underneath it. So the question becomes, are we going to see a dip back into this area? So like, I already said it very clearly that 24.3 will be a tremendous buy opportunity, but like the only thing that would make it even better, which is like, it's hard to imagine something better, but the only thing that would make it better would be that if it coincided with it being in this green box at the same time, or like anywhere in this area, I put gray in there, I put green, there's an arrow, like anything that happens, like where the level lines up against the USD and the level for SPX align together, it might be the greatest chance you'll have to make money without using leverage this year. Without using leverage. There's always a good leverage play, like leverage shorting Pepe, which shit was easy money. Like there's always shit like that. But this is really, really, really strong. It's a confluence of areas for Bitcoin versus the dollar and Bitcoin versus the S&P that you just don't see often, okay? A lot of times, you know, I mention it all the time, and I know I look fucking goofy while I'm doing it, but like every time you go to open position, you're like, yeah, and you're like trying to sell yourself on why you think it's a good idea. It's not a great setup, okay? Doesn't mean it won't work. In fact, the biggest pitfall for most traders when they're figuring out how to trade or when they're deciding their style is not being able to understand when you got lucky and when you traded well, because a lot of people think they're the same thing. Right? A lot of people think it's the same thing. No, man, that was all skill. No, fuck you. You had no inclination that was going to do that. You just guessed and you were right. And so when you misinterpret luck for skill, you end up eventually getting smoked. Okay, so when you find multiple areas that line up, right, that confluence of reasons why things should bounce, it is the definition of a plus expected value play. It's the reason why I trade the way that I do. It's the reason why I only make a few big trades per year, except for fucking around with alts and NFTs and whatnot, because you just wait for the fat pitch, dude. In the middle of the baseball season, you wait until you get a 3-1 count with the bases loaded. Like you're gonna get a fastball. Hit the fastball, right? Let's. Would you rather have a sitter from the 6-yard box in soccer, or would you rather rip a David Luiz 35-yard screamer from outside the penalty area? Nope. You'd rather have the sitter. Okay, wait for the sitter. Don't try to force it from 35 yards. Because much like people who think that when they score or when they get a trade and it goes well and they're like, I'm amazing even though it was luck, that was like David Luiz thinking that he could pull from 35 yards and score. This is a rabbit hole that I'll go down for a moment here. David Luiz, I used to always make fun of because I have a buddy who's a Chelsea fan, and I'd be like, this fucking guy, he just pulls from everywhere. He's a center back or defensive midfielder, and he would just pull from everywhere. And he scored, like, I think in his career, 4 goals outside of like 20 yards. But he took like 5,000 shots. It's like, is he good? I don't know, man. You give me 5,000 attempts, I might make one of them. Zed says, if ES retraces to mid-range around 3,900, the 5.7, yep, takes us to 22.2. Higher low over the USDC DPEG of 19.6. I can see that being the bottom as well. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. The thing is, there are some of those levels and variables in there. But hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, let's keep moving along. This is maybe the one counterpoint here in that, the NQ has been absolutely roasting here. So the NASDAQ's been roasting, and look where Bitcoin is versus the NASDAQ right now. You're seeing that level being retested already. It's not exactly the same thing. If you see, it doesn't anywhere nearly align, okay? So if you remember, on the previous chart, this level and this level were the same, okay? So that's not happening here. It looks very much different. But you do have this confluence, right? Where it tried to get over and got knocked down. You could even say up to the Luna breakdown area, which is where this happened last May, June, whatever. Then it popped back up there and knocked back down. So, like, you can make a case. You can make a case. I think it's not a very strong one. I think that's one of those places where you're like, yeah, maybe. But doesn't mean it won't work. What would be great is if, like, this level right here, this 81.07 or whatever, like maybe even down a little bit further, lined up with the SPX level, lined up with, right here, 6.13. That'd be pretty nice. Because that would be another reason to be like, all right, it got deep into the pocket for the NQ, and then yada, yada, yada. I don't really look at this chart very often. It just doesn't look as clean. Like, you go, all right, well, there should be a level here. I drop below it, and it took, let me show you, okay? You go, it held here, it broke down there, but look where it is on the SPX. Like, it lines up perfectly. It lines up perfectly with the SPX. So I don't see a reason why you would ever look at anything in terms of like alpha for understanding how Bitcoin's doing as a relative strength indicator than this. And you all should look at it every day. You all should look at it every day. Here's our bottom side of the channel, red X for Ethereum. I stand by it. Sub 1700. Because as we said before, if this is truly a deviation, then you're going to test the other side. And that's off of a daily. So that's why that line is there. I'll reset it so it looks like it makes sense. I don't look like a fucking kindergartner drawing. Yeah, I stand by this. I like this level even more right now. Yeah, 1650, sub 1700 area would be where it would line up. It just would look less crispy. It would look less good versus S&P. It would look less good here. And like this actually concerns me more because this looks like a top is formed, tried to break out, surrendered back down, and then, usually that's not. Usually when if this is truly what the move was, if you try to break out, if you have an attempted breakout and it doesn't happen, that's a deviation, and you used all your power here, and then, bears, if you will, know you're not in control, and they send it to the other side, okay? Everybody would love to say, like, well, maybe we just do this, and we just turn and go up, and that could happen because nobody really looks at this ratio as much, but it doesn't bode well for Ethereum in that scenario. But let's get back to Ethereum proper, Ethereum itself. Yeah, I mean, stopped where it should have, had an attempted breakout, surrendered the breakout. Zero strength to speak of. Nothing that makes me go, ooh, I need to get in on this bitch right now. Nothing, not a damn thing. Get to see that my call to the top of this channel looked right. I'll delete some levels here. Yeah, I don't need that one anymore. Hey, that one. Hey, look, that was right. All right, well, whatever. Let's go back to the weekly. Yeah, there's nothing to run home about. Nothing to talk about, nothing to write home about here. So I would expect anything near 0.07, 0.69, whatever it is, to be rejected and be sent down to at very least retest 0.62 and probably test 0.059, which is what we want. Remember, what we would love to have happen would be just like a shoulder to fill in here. Like, just fucking do it. And then finally get this breakout higher. But we need to maintain this shape. It would be nice. An inverse head and shoulders on ETH BTC would be like, oh, God. Be so nice. Yeah, Zed, I mean, there's really, there's so much happening right now with roll-ups and new chains and like DeFi not really being a thing anymore. No, dude, I'm in pretty much all cash right now, except for the shit that I never touch. I do hold more Bitcoin than Ethereum, but I am 90% cash right now. But like I said, if we get that level on Bitcoin, if we get this level here, then I will deploy 100% of my stack into Bitcoin, depending on what the ETH BTC chart looks like at the time. And then play that for a breakout, rotate to Ethereum, have Ethereum catch up, rotate in high caps, mid caps, low caps, meme season, alt season, NFT season, and then take my 10 million and go buy an island or whatever it will be. Like that's the plan, right? Like you work your way down. But I played this well, made some money here. I knew that this was going to be difficult. It was. I love this area here, and so I sit in my hands now. It's the great thing that like the one thing that I really like doing. Oh, fucking ads. Well, subscribe, Kajeka. I think you are subscribed. Yeah, what the hell, man? I turned off ads for subs. Again, it gave me a new option. Fucking ads. So does everyone get ads at the same time? Does everyone get ads at the same time, or is it like 30 minutes after you personally log in? Does anybody know? While we're in ad time. And Zed says, recall 2020 BTC outperformed most alts. Dale never gets ads. What? All right. Okay. You get ads on mobile. That makes sense. Because I saw that when I logged in to watch Kaz or maybe it was Maine or somebody else on my phone the other day, and I was like, fucking ads, dude. This is bullshit. All right, so maybe you're right. I think it is probably ads on mobile. All right, so Zed says, recall 2020 BTC outperformed most alts, which didn't really take off till 21, probably 24, same story. I agree. You are on PC. Well, Kajeka, I don't know, man. I appreciate your service and sacrifice. I don't disagree with you, because I think that's what the move is going to be. And so, like, it's nice that you get into summer, people don't really do shit, and, like, I'm fine to just coast through this summer and try to get a buy. If we get up here again and reject, then yeah, I'll take a 25 to 30 scalp. Like, it's a 20% move, guys. Do you know what people that trade for big funds would do with easy 20% moves? Fuck out of here, dude. I'm actually going golfing with a guy this week who's like uber rich, and like he's like, I've only ever lost money in crypto, and I'm like, I'll tell you when to get in, and I'm gonna tell him like my methodology later. Like his cars are worth more than my life. That's how rich he is, and my family's. But yeah, seriously, just wait for the right time. The right time is in here. The right time is in here. I don't care. Like that's the time. Because even if like let's play that thought out. It comes down here. I just talked to you about how I don't like a break of the channel lower, which I don't. So whatever, you range in here, and then you do this until April of 24. Would you guys really be sad about that? I wouldn't be sad about that. And yeah, then you just play. It all starts with Bitcoin, then it goes to Ethereum, then it goes to high, mid, low. And the funny part is, remember, Dale, tell them like what alt kicks off alt season. Which alt do you watch to kick off alt season if you're still here? That's Sol. No. It's a major. Litecoin is one of them, okay? That's not the one I was thinking of, but Litecoin is definitely one of them. I'm talking like true all season. Nope. Although Cardano is usually a good sign too. Litecoin always has its run. Litecoin always has its run. Right here, guys. Doge. It's ridiculous. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just telling you it's how it goes. Technically, it's a large cap, dude. Dogecoin's huge. Yeah, Doge. Doge is the one that kicks off. This is when shit's about to pop off for alts. And you play this fucking... I mean, it's a tale as old as time at this point. Think about that. That was 2 years ago. We got this run. Over 2 years ago. No, dude. Everyone thinks there's a new Doge. There's no new Doge. It's Doge. It might funnel from Doge to Floki to Pepe to... I don't know, whatever the fucking new ones are that came out. Safe Moon again. I don't know. Like, you never know. But I do know that it's going to start with Doge. On God. You want to know why? Because Doge is Bitcoin, dude. Doge is Bitcoin. It's the same fucking network. It's a clone. All right? It's going to be Doge. It's trustable. It's not hackable. People can load in real money into it. It's what kicks off the money for everybody else for every other alt that there is. And that's when it funnels to at that after that. You know. The darling of risk for retail. 100% goes to shit like Link. You know. That's what happens. So I guess my point is like, you know, don't quit your job. Don't be like, I'm a trader full time. Don't do dumb shit. Like, just wait for the fat pitch, man. Wait till the shit gets easy. You want to wait till it's easy. It's not fucking easy right now. It's really hard. You know, people went broke. Listen to Gainsey and Dale talk about that shit from last cycle to this cycle. How many dudes tried to force it? How many guys were out here leverage trading, getting waxed? Gainsey talks about it all the time. Like looking back at it, no less with like, you know, like not reverence, just like a fond recalling of like logging into BitMEX between 2017 and 2020 and like trying to leverage trade their way to money and just getting fucking smoked by Arthur and all those guys. Like they just tried to make it work. And that's really dumb. Really dumb. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Bear market's about preserving capital. 100%. 100%. You know what? Like this is going to sound really dumb, Dale. This is going to sound really dumb. I own several Pudgy Penguins, and I haven't sold them yet. And if I hadn't sold them now, and I'm up 5x over my buys. I don't see a way that if there is an NFT season again, that Pudgy Penguins is not an absurd player. The next time NFTs come around, because what dude is doing, I'm blanking on his name, Lucas is doing is insane. Like he seed raised, I think, oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. Like a bunch of people got in on seed for Pudgy, dude. I think Pengus are going to be like an Bored Ape quality asset next cycle. On God. On God. It will. Yeah, my ladies. No doubt. Yeah, Karcher says, for every Gainsey, there's all of us dweebs who donated stacks to make his doves happen. But here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing about Gainsey. Gainsey's actually a good trader, even though he talks like he isn't. Gainsey's also very well connected. He understands the market. And Gainsey built a really nice trend algorithm that made him a ton of money during the downside, during the market that sucked. He doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't need to because he's fuck you rich. But he found other ways to make money, which is good for him, dude. Good for him. But yeah, so you just got to know. But like, here's the thing, like he'll tell you, man, like now's not the time to fucking trade. The thing about Gainsey, the great part about Gainsey, and like, I'll stop talking about him, is Gainsey kind of used to come off super, super fucking harsh. Like he was like, fuck you, I'll take your money. He used to get in like battles with people, get banned all the time and shit. Like, so he had this really like harsh persona. Gainsey's a really like shockingly wonderful person. Okay, shockingly wonderful person. And even when you were at PvP trading him, he'd be like, I don't want this for you, man. Like, don't do this. You'll lose, and I don't want that for you. Like, a super, super good person, which is hard to find in this space. And he deserves it. In fact, he's a better person than Kobe. Because my dealings with Kobe have never been good. Ever. Yeah, so Zed's point, and then we're going to wrap up here. So if you have any alts you want me to look at, let me know now. But yeah, so if 24.3 fails, I wouldn't even consider it again before like 21-22, this area here. And quite frankly, if it fails, this green A-line area, 17.1, that's really the only place I'd get excited ever again. The only place I would ever get excited again would be down here. 17.1, 17.2. So like this is easily the most exciting spot for me, and then the next most exciting is here, and anything in here I will buy like with my ass clenched because I will not feel good about it. So maybe there's something to be said about like the USDC, level that depegged everything, and there's a level that's better in there, and I'd have to look into that and think about it. But like, I don't think so. So, let's hope we can hold this, and at the very least, we can just play range to range from 25 to 30. I mean, you think about it, that's a 20% zone. Like, I'll take a 20% range until April of 24. That'd be fucking awesome. I would love the shit out of that. Love it. I would love it. I just don't know what that would be on Ethereum. Yeah, I don't see a ton of shit that really matters. I mean, the amount of people that had a hard on for Solana. I already loaded up a lot of Link. Yeah, dude. I don't think Link is worth buying until it gives up 540. Like every time it gets lower, it's worth buying. I just don't see a reason. Like the thing that annoys me about Link is like apparently they hit their max on staked Link, so you can't make yield on it, which blows. I didn't know that. It didn't make me sell my position, but like that annoys me. And they're going to open up more staking opportunities for Link. But we don't know when that's going to be. So, all right. Yeah, pretty much anywhere underneath here would be good. I got to go to Linketh. Don't love that, but again, it's still right in the pocket. It's still right in the area. So you'd want to see this area hold. And then if not, whatever. But I stand by my FA analysis of Link. Well, I don't understand its tokenomics, but I believe they're going to get better. The thing is, like, all of the things that I was telling you about like taking Web 2, bringing it to Web 3, and then you have to use Link to be able to use, their Oracle, and that actually would burn supply, yada, yada. Like, I need to see that in action. It's theoretical right now. When it does happen, when it is in action, you're going to see a crazy fucking rip, dude. You're going to see an insane rip on Link. But there's no rush. Because if we talk about what we just talked about in terms of like how price moves, we're going to go from Bitcoin to Ethereum to large caps. That means that we're talking about this a year from now in Link. I just want to be able to stake my fucking Link to get more. So can someone tell Chainlink God to get his shit together and allow all the rest of us to eat too? Please. Non-financial advice, do your own research, go fuck yourself, all that stuff that I usually say. What other questions you got? Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here. Just got back from Florida. By the way, I'll take this moment to talk about this. My father had his scan for his cancer, and I'm telling you before I'm telling like half my family. Probably the best news we ever could have gotten about his scan while I was down there. So he's responding to treatment well. I appreciate all of you, sending me notes, thoughts, prayers, etc. Seriously, it means a ton to me. And it could not have been a better scan. I mean, he has stage 4 esophageal cancer, and he has 13 sites that he has cancer, and all of them either got smaller or were almost gone. You can't cure esophageal cancer, but like just knowing that it's in check is wonderful, wonderful fucking news. So yeah, I'm super jacked today. I literally was on a call this morning, hearing the oncologist talk about it, and they're like, there's good scans and there's great scans. This is an excellent scan. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing. So I was like, fuck yeah, man. So yeah, thank you all of you. Seriously, so many of you sent me so many notes, and I've chatted with you about it. And I really appreciate that. All those thoughts and prayers, man. Really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. So you never know, dude. Like literally, and he's by no means out of the woods, and we're not disillusioning ourselves that he's going to kick this thing and live for 40 more years. But the average survival for stage 4 esophageal cancer is 12 months. And so we're just looking to beat that, right? Let's get more time. And it looks like we're doing that. So, man, don't ever let anybody tell you the shit's not good. You shouldn't try. You shouldn't fight. My old man's a fighter. And hopefully we'll continue to do so. But thank you from the bottom of my heart, all of you who sent notes. Thoughts on Metis? Yeah, I can do that real quick on my way out. From an FA perspective, I don't really have one. Like, I know there's people who really, really dig it. If you were looking to get a position in Metis because you have a feeling on the FA, I wouldn't touch it until it gets down like sub 17. It's worth it there, even from a swing. Even if you think it's a piece of shit, it's worth buying down there. So, yeah, I don't see anything that, from an FA perspective, I'll look into it if you'd like me to, but the swing play is down sub 17, closer to 16. You feel pretty good that's going to hold because clearly they've stepped in twice before. And like, I don't know about you, man, but I'd take 16 to 50. I'd take 16 to 50. Jake, thank you. Thank you for that, man. Link Marines, appreciate the heart. Anyway, all right. So I'm probably going to stream again on Friday. So we'll see the update on Friday. So I can get in my 2 this week and then we'll be back on normal schedule. I don't have anything planned on traveling again. Obviously, we got some great news. Pops is going to be coming up later June into July, so I'll probably take some time off then. So he's going to hang out with me around my birthday, which is cool. But short of that, we should be back on normal schedule. Just a reminder, join the Telegram, really the Discord. It's all kind of shift to the Discord. So we have the subscriber-only chat on Discord. I'm now going to make and continue making subscriber-only videos. And pretty soon, I'm going to move to where the indicator is only available for people who are subscribers new, just because it's a fucking great indicator, man. I've been giving this shit away for a couple years. It's not hard to use, your Prime sub to get access to what I feel is a pretty damn good indicator. But if you're in already, I'm not going to take it away. So, whatever. But appreciate y'all, as always, for the support. If you got anything else, hit me up. I'll be around again. And yeah, dude, let's get it. Hit my outro here. Oh, there it is. Sounds really bad when there's 2 different pieces of music coming. 24.3, dude. 24.3. If we don't hold here, I'd rather hold here. But you never know. It's just such a good beat. We'll know we really made it when I start getting copyright violations for this outro. This is good vibes, man. It just feels good. Dale, I'll snap you that pic and send it to you here in a moment on my trophy, but let me know how golf goes, dude. Let me know how golf goes. Don't leverage trade. Like Dale said, it's all about capital preservation. Much love to all y'all out there. Appreciate the prayers. Call your parents. Tell them you love them.